Shubor naga Snem Jong Nongsan Hima.
Menteri ke Sorkar jela uba polling do habakran shakila pathai kubor hadian ke jingalang jong ke hun menteri kepala long mutaksni ke atarik no pra arja alpasau ula pentep baka hun menteri kalau menjur ban Pynjlan ya kapor Jingaiwai yaki Jaka Sorkar shaki project penroy uba lingdo ula ong bamentang idon ya ke polisi hak belada Jingaiwai nak bentaki kam penroy hak Jaka Sorkar shaki riu shimat kadai nak bentalai Snem Henry hak jingpet ya ke jingnon kam bat ke jingbun ke jingterwa halor ke jingbay tingka ki bahe bat ki project ka Sorkar ka sngo bakani kapor kampat biang ban kring ya kinong beitingka kumta ka genhun menteri kalawan ra ya jing terwa ban Pynjlan ka lai Snem syaka handru Snem ka genhun menteri kala menjuru ban thong ya umak boling do suyam retired MAS hak kam chief administrative officer jong ka Meghalaya Natural and Organic Farming Society nak benta ban thau thamai hak rep karyang uba pol ula pentep bagi la menjur ya kani nak benta lai Snem ka genhun menteri kala menjuru ik appointment jong registrar Secretary jong ka Meghalaya State Consumer Dispute and Redressal Commission kabalong ka badan kambha ka genhun menteri kala menjur ka kerteng jong ka susana di Riyadh Shong MSS retired kumbala ajing mod da katana.
Cabinet met just a while back and took up a few important policy matter issues and also some issues which are of a routine nature. So I'll brief you on the approval for extension of lease period for government land to facilitate developmental projects. As you are aware that currently we have a policy whereby the lease period for allotment of government land to lessees, which are individuals and entities, is fixed at 30 years. But in view of the need and the increasing number of proposals for large-scale investments and projects, we deem that this duration is insufficient to attract investors who would like a reasonable return on their investment. So the Cabinet, through the Department of Revenue and Disaster Management Department, came up with a proposal to change and alter this extension of the lease period of government land from the existing 30 years to a period of 60 years. And this is to be made further renewable for a period of additional 30 years for projects under different investment modes. This will, we hope, it will help to incentivize, encourage, and also attract investors to invest in various projects in the state of Meghalaya, and especially in sectors which are showing signs of growth and hold promise for further enhancing the economy of the state. Number two is a proposal for appointment of Mr. Makbul Lingdo Suyam, retired MAS, to the post of Chief Administrative Officer of the Meghalaya Natural and Organic Farming Society for Livelihood and Innovation in Agriculture. I repeat, Meghalaya Natural and Organic Farming Society for Livelihood and Innovation in Agriculture. It was this matter was put up to the Cabinet, and we approved the proposal for the appointment of the said officer, Mr. Makbul Lingdo Suyam, retired Meghalaya Agriculture Service Officer, for the post of CAO, Chief Administrative Officer, for a period of 3 years. And The third matter which came up for consideration before the cabinet was the appointment of the registrar cum secretary of the Meghalaya State Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission. The Meghalaya State Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission, which is a very important office, and a couple of names came up for consideration before the cabinet. And as per the recommendation of the department concerned, which is the Food and Civil Supplies and Consumer Affairs Department, the cabinet has agreed to the proposal to appoint Srimati Susana D. Chong, MSS retired, as recommended from the shortlisted candidates. So, Mrs. Susana D. Chong has been now duly approved by the cabinet for appointment as registrar cum secretary of the Meghalaya State Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission. So these were the major items that came up for consideration by the cabinet. The detail is that we want to create an environment which facilitates and encourages private parties and investors to invest in Meghalaya. Now, as per the existing policy in our government land, the permissible lease period is 30 years. But in a lot of in the emerging scene, what is happening is that the ROI, the return on investment, is a very critical component of any investment plan. So a lot of investors consider this period of 30 years to be too less. For instance, in say the Orchid Polo, which will now come under this joint venture mode, the investment plan would be not less than 300 crores, which is why we needed to have a rational lease period which would encourage players to come forward and participate. With that in mind, we have extended the window to make it feasible for large-scale projects to have the from 30 years to a period of 60 years.
Will it be renewable after 60 years?
Yes, it will be renewable after every 60 year. I mean, 30 years to 60 years, and renewable by another 30 years.
Okay, and for renewable, how much?
For each of these proposals, they will come before the cabinet for final approval. Each of the proposals. No, the important factor that you have to keep in mind is that the investment plan is huge. For instance, the Orchid Polo, the entire structure, the proposal is that the entire structure will be dismantled, and whoever takes up that project will have to start from scratch. And therefore, if you invest 300 to 400 crores and you get a lease period of 30 years, no, but there will be no takers. So it has to be rationalized that way.
So, is there any means already government finalized the group will be taking?
In this instance of Polo Resort, I mean Hotel Orchid Polo, the Lemon Tree Group has come forward. There was a bidding process, and they have qualified.
How much are they?
I don't remember the details, but it would be somewhere about 300 crores to begin with.
Lemon Tree Group.
Yes, Lemon
Where
Tree.
from?
It's a 4-star. It's going to be a 4-star project.
And where from this group?
They have a pan-India presence.
So on the sidelines.
We see a trend of India government appointing, making post-retirement people to accommodate in various posts, creating posts, appointing is your response to this?
See, in these specific cases, like for instance, this post of Chief Administrative Officer, the officer concerned, Mr. Suyam, is a highly qualified officer, and we are also in need of services of such officers. And it was after due diligence that this name was recommended.
Don't you think that there has been
And to make up for that deficiency, we have to take recourse to such.
don't you think there's expenditure which is involved?
But don't you think experience also counts?
No, too many are appointed.
Yeah,
Just because
political appointees are.
No, this is not a political appointment. No, he's an officer belonging to that particular service, the Meghalaya Agriculture Service. It's not a political appointment.
But such a appointment of retired officials, there are too many. There are indication that too many retired officials are being accommodated by the government.
See, this is in this case, it is part of the policy of the agriculture department that in order to encourage this value chain development, you need to have such a board, and we have duly recommended an officer who is well qualified to handle the position.
Paul has a concern. Department calls for advertisement for support. Or
See, what the department has done is that it has shortlisted a few names, and amongst these names, the one found most suitable was that of Mr. Soyan. We have sought the views of various departments, including agriculture and farmers welfare, law, and finance department.
Hadian balawai ka Jingaiwai Jong ka Kunhun Menteri uba polling do ula pentep baka sky scanner kala le ka jingwat banya batlap baka nongba Shillong ka de ka nongba ka babun bha ki nong jingo kai perthei ki bakwa banwan na benta Snem arhajar arpasan ula ongru baka jingyo e ka ne jing itho ka long ka khana ka bakraw na benta ka jila namar ha ki Snem balalek nyimpat yo jing itho uba ling do ula penpa benta Snem ka makhat san lak ngut ki nong jingo kai perthei ki lawan ban jingo e ka jila ula ongru baka jingkiu ka long palat e ka 100% kumta ngidon kam banwan ra bun ki bei pat ke jing pen bha
Seen a line of festivals happen. How have you seen the flow of tourists? If you can get some few figures and all.
As you're aware, this Sky Scanner, which is a renowned brand, has done a survey and found out that Shillong is the most preferred destination by Indian tourists in 2025. So that itself is a major growth story for Meghalaya. I mean, in the past many years, we have not been able to get that kind of a recognition. And this time around, with us having successfully been able to sell brand Meghalaya as the ultimate tourism destination, you will see that even under that SASKI, Meghalaya has got the lion's share. 199 crores for 2 projects is not a matter of joke.
Sir, approximately, what is the tourist inflow? Approximately, what is the tourist inflow till now?
Are you talking of annually or
This year.
this year? We've already crossed 15 lakhs, and 50 will be next year.
What is your target?
Once, see, out of 10 preferred destinations, Shillong has reached number 1, meaning that by 2025, the increase of footfalls would be not less than 60%.
So means if it is already 15 lakh, I have crossed 15 lakh margin. So what is your target? How much you are thinking that by the end of this festive season it will grow?
No, we're talking in terms of the next fiscal year.
Yeah.
We are seeing that increase should not be less than 60%, which is why we need to come up with more accommodation units, hotels, resorts, and facilities. So that is what is happening right now.
Bapal, we have seen that tourists has really come to Meghalaya, but the road condition, is there any proposal to work together in tourism department and the PWD department so that the tourists will make them easy in moving to those tourist spots?
One is where the road connectivity is still in a bad condition. We would improve those. But two, we are concentrating more on the tourism circuits. Circuits which now will be, there is already a proposal to also connect these circuits by air. For instance, there is a proposal. We are in the initial stage where we would connect Meghalaya with the helicopter services for exclusively for movement of tourists. We will start with Guwahati to Shillong, meaning Umroi Airport, then Umyam, then Saora, Dauki, New Shillong. These will form part of that tourism circuit. But the other areas, for instance, Mausenram, where we are developing the Rain Museum, that will need more investment in the road network.
Sir, since you said that helicopter service will be connecting these places, how many places in total are you planning to connect?
I just mentioned, you just count.
So, I just want figures about this year's cherry blossom. How many attended? What was the overall?
I'm yet to get the figures. It should be ready in a day or two. Because after cherry blossom, we traveled to Kaziranga and then to Garo Hills. So I've not collected the figures. But it is the biggest edition so far.
Sir,
Just for basic understanding, where are the funds coming from for all these line of festivals that we're having and then hosting international artists? Like now we're going to have Brian Adams and Ed Sheeran and also. So these funds usually are come like they're being here from. If you can just.
I'll share with you details because each festival, the funding model changes from festival to festival, depending on, for instance, Cherry Blossom is almost entirely funded by state government. Brian Adams, there is a huge investment from the private player. So it depends on which festival.
A related question. If you look at the bands, international bands are eclipsing our local bands. We have witnessed, and also somersault and wrestlers decided they could not perform because of some reason. Don't you think these hiccups should be resolved?
One is, let's understand that this is a situation where you have local bands, not just the local bands have opened for these international bands. So in the first instance, while you say that having international bands would eclipse local bands, but on the other hand, their performance here has, right from Firehouse onwards, the performance, the presence of international bands has also raised the standard of local bands because everything became competitive. So now we have our local bands performing in various Hard Rock Cafe outlets throughout India, and by 2025 they will go global, which means their standards have gone up to the extent that they have become acceptable to Hard Rock Cafe standards.
Another concern was the international bands just played limited songs.
Limited songs. No, I mean, probably you wanted to hear them play more. But fact of the matter is, we also have to adjust to timings, logistics, such issues. But the forthcoming events like Brian Adams will be, I mean, you look at even Europe, they were there on stage for 2 hours without any break.